It's so rare to find, well, I don't want to say godly men are rare. Godly men are not rare. They're not rare. It's just you have to have an eye to see a godly man. You have to be godly yourself to recognize a godly man. You have to be a godly woman to recognize, you have to be a godly man to recognize a godly woman. That's how it works. Because if you're not godly, if you don't know about all those things, there's no way you can recognize it when you see it. The godly man may be in front of you saying, I know that happened to me. I want to marry you right now. I don't care if you have a relationship with God. I want to win you over to God. Like, it was that confident. I want to win you over to God. I'm going to wait for you to get to know this God. And I couldn't see it. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not ready to get married, but what's it? I could not see it because I didn't have an eye. I wasn't godly to have an eye to see him as, you are the right man for me. You are godly for me. You are perfect for me. So when they're coming to us, even though they have all those things, we cannot say yes to them. We can't take anything from them. We have to redirect their attention back to God, because they've left God's covering, and we have to redirect their attention back to their family. That's our job. See, they look like us. We have the same spiritual makeup. We have the same spiritual makeup. The only reason is they are falling off of grace, and they're starting to manifest things that we're not used to. Someone that look like us will be used to, will do. We're not used to seeing that. Like, why is that person acting like that? They're obviously from the other side. They belong to the kingdom of darkness and things like that. But you're like, but then the words that they are saying, you're like, but this person knows a whole lot about God. Like, and I was talking to this man. I tell you what, how I felt. I almost fell, and I didn't fall because of the money that it was offering me. That, oh, he offered me money, he offered me a car, and all that stuff. I didn't fall because of that. I fell because it was speaking my language. It's so hard to see people that can relate with you on spiritual things on a multiple level, like going deep on the word. It's kind of weird to see people like that, and they're so comfortable sharing the word with you, and they're going deep with it. Like, I'm like, yes. So this was what he was doing. It was like King Solomon, right? King Solomon. In the book of Songs of Solomon, seducing this woman with words. This man was doing the same thing to me, even though he was older. It was seducing me with things that he knew that I would like. He realized that, oh, this girl, like, she has a relationship with God, and she talks about God, probably like she's just talking about God every time. Okay, since we're not talking about the job, let's just talk about things that I know that she would like. And he started to seduce me with the word. When I tell you the words, it started to seduce me with God's word, and everything sounded so right. I'm like, yes. You know what? This man just met a need. A man that understands the word. A man that can go deep. A man that that I found him attractive because of that. Not because of his pot belly, not because I found him attractive because of that. And I got so carried away that I started to think, yeah, let me get married to this man. Yeah, let me get married to this man. And then God slapped me and like, you know what, listen, there's a need that needs to be met. There's a need that needs to be met. And although I didn't get the job, well, I could have gotten the job, but I rejected the job and all the offers. But our encounters, it was purposeful, and I want to just share that with you, not because I want to brag, like, oh, we do that all the time, we're used to doing that, whatever. But the thing is, when you're making that transition from the kingdom of darkness to the kingdom of God, these things can be a bit shocking to you. You may not know exactly what's going on, and you're already in it. You're already married, you're already in it before you realize, oh my gosh, that was a counterfeit, that was a trap that the devil has set for you. The thing is, those that we are meeting, they will still eventually be reconnected back to their family. Because when Christ calls us out, that calling is it's irrevocable. It can't be prevented. And Christ will always make sure that we win the fight that they possibly might be fighting with the devil in their relationships. That his wife at home may be even be praying really hard to God that I want my husband back home. I want my husband back home. So we need to make sure that we're returning the married men back to their wives without having any type of romantic relationship or even taking things from them, or taking, because that will be you're pretty much entertaining what's going on. It's not really them, it's just a spiritual condition. They will get better. So that's it on the divorce and the married and all that stuff. And I want to just say to the youths in Nigeria, if you're looking for a job, I feel a bit sad about it, because there are not so many options, and a lot of us would accept those benefits. You know, the Brazilian hair, the flying with your sugar daddy to Dubai, the cars, the money, and all those things. It doesn't last forever. I tell you what, it doesn't last. This man cannot love you the way you're supposed to be loved, the way you deserve to be loved. This man cannot give you all those things. It can't give you. It can give you all the money, can give you all the things so that your friends may recognize you as someone influential, someone that has some type of status, hanging out with rich people. But there's a much greater need, emotional need, that needs to be filled. That void can be filled by all those things. It can only be filled by God. So my encouragement to you is, as you continue to look for jobs, looking for opportunities to better your lives, continue to seek God's kingdom. Because when we seek God's kingdom and we're all about his business, it will always make a way for us. It will always make a provision for us. It will always make a provision for us to get to where we need to be in life, to get to where he has destined us to be, without taking the shortcuts to having all those things, all those gratifications, you know, ego boosting of married men, because that's what it is. They need ego boosting. They need to feel alive. They need to feel younger. My mother told me, I told my mother when I got home, I was like, I need a sugar daddy in my life. And she was like, this girl, you're ready to get hold really quick. They're looking for your blood to suck. They'll suck you dry and leave you stranded. So you want a back scratcher? You want someone to scratch your back? Or you want to scratch someone else's back? You're in trouble. It's like, just wait on God. And I was just kidding. I was like, yeah, of course, yeah, mommy, of course I was going to wait. I was going to wait, and then God smacked me on my head. What are you doing? You're much better than this. You're much better than this. So you're smart, you're intelligent, you have what it takes. You're an innovator, you're an entrepreneur, you have brilliant ideas, and you want to be a part of something great in life. Young woman, young single man, you have to wait to get to where God is taking you to. Don't take shortcuts. No, don't do it. Don't take shortcuts. They're going to present themselves, but waiting is the best thing. Waiting on God, listening. Open your spiritual ears, so you're not falling into entanglements that will be very difficult to get yourself out of. A lot of people, young single women, they end up marrying. Within a year or two, they divorce this man. That's what I've seen. The light in the middle of darkness. They divorce this man because you're like, this is not what I want for the rest of my life. This is not what I want for the rest of my life. And that man will always go back to his wife. They've built the relationship, even though they may not have any intimacy. They have a lot of experiences with life together. They have kids, and even if they don't have kids, they've had a lot of they've shared so many experiences together. There's a spiritual bond that even though we're young and we're beautiful and we're looking all slayed and all on flick every time, we can't we can't replace that as those experiences that they've had in that union. We can't do that. Yes, the instant attraction will be there, but it's only temporary. It's a counterfeit. It's not, it doesn't last. It's fake products. It's like 419 kind of products that you buy on under Ojuelegba Bridge. It doesn't last. It doesn't last. It will work for a little while, but it doesn't last. You want something that will last you forever. And you get that when you wait for the right spouse to come into your life, for the right opportunities to come into your life, that would not require you giving your body, selling your soul to the devil, giving your heart to someone that wouldn't even know how to take good care of it. Or ending up in that relationship and you're pregnant, you have a child with this person, but you also know that because you have a child with this person doesn't mean you have to stick with them, because you know that's not God's plan for you. That's not God's plan for you. There's some divorced men that can be married. So if it happens that it was the person that had the spiritual covering, so the man is married. So let's say like the man that left his wife, right? Let's say that the man that left his wife and divorced his wife because he felt like his wife couldn't meet up to those expectations. She doesn't understand purpose. She doesn't understand God's calling for her life. She's just living by the wind. And that man leaves that woman. That woman, having been divorced, if she doesn't have a relationship with God, if she meets a godly man or a godly man that has not been